with Nerd is the New Bully. I'm your host, Leroy, with my co-host.
This is Eli.
Damn it, I forgot it again. I was going to say Leroy Wheatstraw.
And this is the Eli, the human tornado.
We have a theme going this week, so that's a pretty cool thing. It was a bunch. Look, this is an entertainment podcast. We want to make sure that all the bullshit that is going on in the world right now, because there's a lot of bullshit going on this week and last week. So we want you to, this is escapism. That's what we're here for. So turn your brain off and enjoy us. So we're going to kind of ignore all the bullshit that's going on in the world right now. News, Twitter, politics, stuff like that. Let's talk about something fun, Eli. Talk about something that puts a smile on everybody's face.
Sure.
And that name is Mia Khalifa.
Mia Khalifa?
Yeah. You know who Mia Khalifa is.
The rapper?
No,
oh, that's Wiz Khalifa.
Wiz Khalifa. No.
Because I was saying, Wiz Khalifa don't put a smile on my face.
Not your face, you know. He makes grown men cry when he plays, when Paul Walker, fades away. But no, Mia Khalifa. Everybody knows who Mia Khalifa is. If somebody inbox Eli, let him know who he is, who she is.
Okay, it's a she.
The porn star.
Mia Khalifa, a porn star, huh?
What
Damn, dude, I'm like so out of. I'm not.
It's like the hugest porn. It's not like I'm just naming some random person. It's like a huge porn star.
Really? I don't know. I'm a Lisa Ann kind of guy, so I'm like.
Oh, you're old school, man. We're not talking old school.
Yeah, man. Christy Canyon, yo.
Yeah, you're talking about the ones when they still got the hairy bushes. No, we're not talking about that.
Oh yeah, the '80s muff, man. That's my shit.
And the Tom Selleck mustache. No, we're not talking about that, man.
Yeah, porn these days, the guys look like little boys and shit. They look like E.T.
No more Ron Jeremy's.
Yeah, I miss the hedgehog.
I want my porn stars to look like Super Mario. What was I talking about? Oh, yeah. The reason I'm talking about her, one thing is because she's trending on Twitter. Like, she's the number one thing trending on Twitter. And I was like, why the fuck is Mia Khalifa trending on Twitter? So she dropped this tell-all interview or something like that, talking about her past and porn. Apparently, she only did like a year of it. And maybe why you don't know her. But the
Mia
1
Khalifa
year she was
in.
Yeah.
Says she's in the Aladdin movie? What the fuck?
Are you Googling her right now?
Yeah, I am. Aladdin, Jasmine.
Yeah, anyway.
Okay, that's just pulled up. Maybe, is it a porn parody or something?
I'm pretty sure it is. But
That's what okay. It says she's American Lebanese sports commentator.
That's what she is now.
Okay. Oh, this is the Arabic porn star.
Yes, that one.
Oh, okay. Yes.
I was like, you know who Mia Khalifa is. Everybody that listens to this podcast know who Mia Khalifa is. Because let's be honest, we market to the same demographic.
Yeah, and she was getting like death threats and shit.
Right, because she blew a dude in a hijab or something, and ISIS hacked her account, all kind of shit, Anyway.
Yeah, I wasn't feeling that. That wasn't my taste.
Okay. Anyway, it blew up. That's not what I'm here to talk about anyway. But
I ain't into the hijab porn. I'm sorry.
Yeah, not my thing either. I'm not trying to get assassinated from that either just by looking at it. That'd be the wrong time for ISIS to kick in my door. But yeah, the reason I'm talking about her because she had this tell-all interview where she talked about all the stuff we just said about the death threats and ISIS hacking and stuff like that. And here's the thing. She said she only made $12,000 in total on porn.
I hear like women, they really got to do a lot to make a bunch of money. And
I mean, $12,000?
Well, you said she only did it for like a year?
Yeah, 4 years. That's what she said. I honestly, I feel like she's lying. I feel like she made more money than that. But let's just take her phrase because I went on her Twitter feed. Yes, I did research. and she said so herself. She said she did about I don't know, $1,000 a video. She got about 1,000 a video, something like that. So I was more than 12,000, but the number's not adding up. But let's say she did $1,000 a video. Let's say she did, I don't know, what's an average for a porn star? What, 30 videos a year or something? I don't know.
I don't know.
I'm just throwing a number out there. But anyway, That doesn't. Let's say if she did 52,000. Let's see 52 videos. That's only 52,000 for porn. You can do other stuff. You can probably make that being an Uber driver.
I'm Googling her, and I just came across the headline. Pornhub star Mia Khalifa to have surgery on deflated boob after being hit in the chest by an 80-mile-per-hour ice hockey puck.
What? She's lived an interesting life. We need a movie about that one. I don't know who's gonna play her in the the movie when it comes out, but I'm pretty sure Scarlett Johansson is chopping at the bits for that.
Oh yes.
Just get a tanning bed, she'll be fine.
Yeah.
So we're rambling, but the point is, she made $12,000 according to her in porn. I'm like, that is insane. Female Twitch streamers make more than that. You know, the one that's showing off the cleavage and shit like that, and can't play games worth shit. Like,
well, no wonder she quit and is a sports commentator now.
Yeah, she's a sports commentator now. Hopefully, she's making more money doing that than doing porn.
What sports comment? Like what channel? Well, I don't know. I don't watch ESPN. News,
Maybe she does it on Pornhub. I don't know.
Social media personality, webcam. It says, yeah, I'm looking up occupations. Yeah.
Just saying, ladies, it's not worth it.
Oh, damn, yeah, she's not bad looking. Yeah.
Yeah. So, anyway, guess we're rumbling about that long enough. Can we actually move to the podcast?
Yeah.
I can't believe you don't know Mia Khalifa. You know all these old school porn stars, man.
Sorry, man.
We need to introduce you to the new school.
I'm like a 12-year-old boy, man. I just need stills nowadays, man. There's like the internet is saturated with everything that I just need a still now. That's
it.
That's all I need now.
Oh, but anyway, let's actually get to band business. Let's get what we get paid for. So, we're going to jump to the podcast. This is where we talk about the box office numbers, and we're going to get right into it. Eli, give it to me. What is the number one movie of the week?
Is it Scary Stories?
It is not.
Oh, I was betting on
missed it
the
by
horror
that
story.
much.
Is it another Disney movie?
Nope, not a Disney movie.
Is it Hobbs and Shaw again?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Hobbs and Shaw did it again. It's shocking.
Well, there you go.
So it's still ranked one of the lowest grossing Fast and Furious movies as of right now. I think it passed like Tokyo Drift, with Bow Wow and shit like that. But yeah, so I think it just got released in China this week. So I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a huge jump in the numbers then. But yeah, I finally got a chance to see Hobbs and Shaw. You saw it last week. I saw it. I'll give my thoughts on it in a second, but I'm gonna run down the list and see what else we have in here. Number 2, the movie you saw, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. I have no idea what that movie's about. Pretty sure you're gonna tell me.
It's a scary movie, dude.
I assumed. We also have number 3, The Lion King, still hanging in there. Number 4, Dora and the Lost City of Gold. Okay.
Oh no shit.
Yeah.
That wasn't by Disney. Was that Nickelodeon? Who owns Nickelodeon?
Paramount, I think, owns Nickelodeon.
Okay.
I think. But let's say they do. So, they're like competing and shit like that. So, but 17 million for the debut, not good.
Yeah.
Number 4 at the debut, not good. Something about Dora, just, I don't know. Number 5, we had Once Upon a Time in Hollywood.
Yeah. I've seen it 4 times now.
I was waiting for you to say it. I knew you didn't say it, but I knew you saw it again.
Yeah.
I felt the disturbance in the force. Number 6, we have The Art of Racing in the Rain. That's out.
I don't even know what that is.
I think that's that. No, that's not that movie. I don't know what that is. It's a racing movie, I think. I'm maybe making that shit up.
Race cars or horse racing or?
I think cars racing. But there's another movie coming out where they're doing the story about when the Ford Mustang. No, not the Ford. I think the Ford Shelby beat the Lamborghini. You remember that story?
I don't. Sorry.
Okay. It was when I played Forza. They had a thing on there, but I think they're making a real life movie about that when that happened. So yeah, that happened. Ford beat Lamborghini. It was a big thing. America versus Europe. I think Ricky Bobby was kind of based on a little bit, but never mind. Okay. Going forward. Oh, number 7, and Eli, we dropped the ball on this. Number 7 is The Kitchen.
Oh yeah, I see. I'm waiting. Yeah, I'm waiting to see that. I'll probably see it tomorrow or something.
Yeah,
like
for those that don't know what The Kitchen is actually a comic book adaptation. It's a DC movie.
Hmm.
And so starring Tiffany Haddish and Melissa McCarthy. Best
Yeah,
and
my
only
kid,
hope.
my kid actually wants to see it, so I'm waiting on him. Or
Here's
else
the
I would have
thing.
seen it already.
Here's the thing. I don't want to see it until I read the comic book first. That's just me.
Yeah, I thought about that too, but yeah.
I looked at I think it's like 18 issues, something like that. It's not that long. It's not like The Boys, where it's like 100 issues, 5 spinoffs and shit.
Yeah.
I think it's just that and that's it. So I want to read and I feel like we dropped the ball. I feel like it's something we should be talking about.
Yeah.
Oh well.
Yeah. I'll probably see it this week sometime. Yeah.
We had one job, Eli. We had one job. Okay. Number 8, we have
Too much Mia Khalifa, yo.
exactly. We know Mia Khalifa, but we don't know the shit we supposed to know. Number 8, we have Spider-Man: Far From Home, still hanging in there. Number 9, Toy Story 4, dropped all the way down, but still hanging in there. And number 10, Bring the Soul, the movie.
I don't know what that is.
You lost me on that one. I don't know. I don't know what that is. Okay.
How many Disney movies we have on this shit?
How many Disney movies do we have? We have. Let's see. I'm not gonna count Spider-Man.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because technically, Sony produced. Oh, it's a Sony movie, so I'm not gonna let this slide.
I guess. Yeah.
We got Toy Story 4, and we got
Lion King.
Buena Vista. That's it. What's Fox? Okay, The Art of Racing the Rain is Fox, so technically that's Disney.
Oh yeah, it is now.
All the same thing. So overall, yeah, Universal's still hanging in there. Like I said, I'm gonna just go into the review of Hobbs and Shaw. Eli got a chance to see it last week, even though I'm supposed to be the Fast and Furious, aficionado or whatever you want to call it, So I finally got a chance to see it just so I can complete the anthology of Hobbs and Shaw. And it's exactly what I thought it was going to be. It was a big, dumb action movie. 2 bald dudes racing around, beating up people. Let me go a little bit deeper to what I was going to say. Luke Hobbs and what's his name? The Rock and Jason Statham played The Rock and Jason Statham. Exactly what I thought they were going to do. The movie, actually, I think they held together was by the 2 co-stars they had. The girl, Vanessa Kirby, she was underrated. She didn't overshadow anybody, but she played a kick-ass chick, which was cool. She wasn't playing the damsel in distress, She had on action roles in it. She was able to hold her own with those 2 guys, and it was cool. And I think Idris Elba didn't get enough credit for the role he played. He actually played a really good role, because the thing is, you could have played this movie very, very stupid. You could have been an idiotic villain. I think he walked that line between, I know this shit is stupid, but at the same time, I'm going to play it with enough, intensity.
My name is going to be in this movie, so
right.
I can't do a shitty job.
Right. But I think he can, and I think those 2 had to carry the role, because you expect The Rock and Jason Statham to play The Rock and Jason Statham. Meanwhile, those 2 actors were, fleshing out and making it a real movie. What's his name? Idris Elba playing Black Superman, stuff like that. Eli, you didn't tell me he was a fucking cyborg.
I was trying to spoil it for you, man.
I was like, he's a fucking cyborg. It's funny. Like, we can't spoil movies until I see it.
Yeah, I try to not give it away. Because I knew this was your shit. So I didn't want to.
So I'm sitting there watching, like, okay, he's a fucking cyborg, man. He really is the fucking Winter Soldier. Okay, yeah, fuck it. Go with it. I didn't expect Ryan Reynolds to be in it.
No, that was funny.
And he was playing Deadpool. He wasn't even trying to play anybody else. He was pretty much playing Deadpool, doing the same joke. Peter from Deadpool 2 was in it. He was Jason Statham's liaison, so I thought that was pretty cool. And then I thought about it. Oh, yeah, it makes sense because the director of Deadpool 2 did this. So he probably just called them up and like, hey, y'all want to be in a movie? Okay, cool. Kevin Hart was in it. I'm pretty sure that was a favor from The Rock. He was like, hey, throw me in a movie. Here you go. He was in it just enough.
I didn't spoil that for you either.
He didn't spoil it for me. I didn't expect that coming. The Ryan Reynolds thing actually was spoiled. And you know who spoiled it?
Who's that?
Rob Liefeld.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Rob Liefeld spoiled it on Twitter because he wants to make a Deadpool movie with The Rock in it.
Oh, yeah?
And he's saying The Rock can play Garrison Kane. I might be fucking the name up, but it's some big black dude that's supposed to be in X-Force number 2 back in 1991 or some shit like that. And he's saying The Rock can play that guy. And he wants him to be in the next Deadpool movie, even though Rob Liefeld has no say so over what any of these Deadpool movies do.
Yeah, when the fuck are they gonna make a Deadpool movie?
Right, but he keeps throwing his name out there, so whatever. Did he just get fired from DC? I I don't know. That's why he keep doing this shit.
Or he got kicked off his own book or some shit, or what?
That's
happened?
what it was. He got fired from a book he created. He got fired from his own company. What the fuck, man? But yeah, he think he has control in Hollywood. like the Rock just ignore this guy. He's a troll. What else I gonna say about this movie? Yeah. It was as dumb as I thought it was gonna be. I like the movie almost made it seem like the audience was a little bit too dumb. Like they didn't give the audience enough credit. Because I get what they were trying to do at the end of the movie. You know, like you said, when they went to the res, you know, they went to Samoa, you know, and you had
the Rock's res.
Right, the Rock's res.
Yeah.
And you had, you know, technology. It was basically like the Ewoks versus the Death Star.
Yeah, even though it was like a pretty res.
Right.
With mountains and oceans and shit, because there was no way the Rock was going to be from Pine Ridge, you know.
Right. They have a tank showing up, a rock is bigger than the tank. Like, okay.
Yeah.
But that's basically what it was. It was the Wookiees versus the Republic, and the Ewoks versus the Death Star, you know, nature versus technology and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, I get that. You know, they have to work with teamwork. They have to work with the environment, they have to work with everything around them versus these guys that rely on technology too much, rely on, you know, themselves too much. And Rock had to fuck around and say that exact thing into the movie. I'm like, you don't have to spell it out for us, man. We get it. Mm-hmm. You know, because you depend on technology too much and stuff like that. Yeah, we get it. Whatever like that. So, cool movie.
And the fact that, you know, Idris Elba was a robot. You know?
Right. Oh, yeah, that too.
And they were doing hakas and shit.
And they kept calling him a Terminator in the movie.
Yeah.
And so, yeah. So, overall, I'm going to give it the same score you gave. I'm going to give it 4 out of 5. Fun movie. You have to turn your brain off. Oh, that's right. Easter eggs. I do want to say about that. There was only one Easter egg that I caught.
Okay.
And the one Easter egg I caught was actually when they was in the garage and they saw the Mini Cooper. And Rock asked, where you get that Mini Cooper from? Oh, that was a job I did in Italy. The Italian job.
I do remember that.
Yeah, Statham was in that movie.
Yeah, he was in the Italian Job.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did catch that.
Okay, that was the only one.
Yeah, but that's not a Fast and the Furious movie.
It's not a Fast and Furious egg, and that's the thing. Because what I've noticed is that this movie was going out of its way not to connect itself with the Fast and Furious franchise.
Okay.
There was a few things they did connect only because they had to. They announced that, you know, they were in prison last movie. You know, they announced that Shaw was, because in the other movies they did say that Shaw wasn't, because at first they tried to make it seem like Shaw was a rogue agent, you know, in Fast Furious 7, whenever he popped up, he's a rogue agent, and they hired Vin Diesel and his street racing team as a black ops agency because they didn't want the government to get caught taking out a rogue British agent because they were, you know, political stuff like that. So that's why they outsourced it, like treating Vin Diesel like Blackwater and shit like that, even though all they do is just drive cars and shit or whatever. Mm-hmm. So they tried to make it seem like, so he was a rogue agent in that movie. In the next movie, they realized, oh, I was framed. Somebody set me up. I wasn't really that guy, you know. So that's why they were trying to make it, okay, so he's not the bad guy we thought he was. In this movie, we find out that Idris Elba was the guy that set him up, or whatever, you know. So that's the only thing they connected. Everything else in this movie, they went out of their way to not connect the movie, and I see why they're not, because they're trying to do their own thing. The thing at the end, remember how the talking voice or whatever like that recognized, you know, The Rock?
Okay.
I'm almost guaranteeing you, whoever that person is revealed to be will be in no way connected with anything they did in other movies. It's gonna be some brand new character, and it's just weird that like this big Hydra Illuminati Eaton. Did my dad work for Eaton? But whatever. I'm gonna ask when I get home. But yeah, so this evil organization that controls everything, guns, weapons, the media, whatever you want, they control it. They're the Illuminati. So this huge organization has never been mentioned before, never been talked about before. They won't even, I'm guaranteed, they won't even be mentioned in the next Fast and Furious movies. Because they're just gonna treat them like two different movies, and I can feel the franchise fracturing right now, because what I'm hearing is that The Rock and Jason Statham will not be in Fast and Furious 9 and 10.
How does that make you feel?
It makes me feel like the end of an era, because the thing is, The Rock saved the franchise. He flat out saved the franchise. The franchise, people want to make it seem like, oh, these movies are Super Day movies are getting worse and worse. No, they weren't. They was already like mediocre to begin with. The first one, the second one, the one with Bow Wow, I was like, okay, this shit needs to end. So the franchise was already on its way out. And then when The Rock came in, all of a sudden, boom, that's when he started doing $1 billion movies just like that, because The Rock basically, injected some kind of life into the movie. Then when you put Jason Statham in there, then it really took off. You got the Transporter and The Rock in the franchise, and they became bigger than the franchise because, let's be honest with you, Vin Diesel's star power has waned down a lot. He is not the star he was 20 years ago. This ain't Triple X. This ain't Pitch Black or Chronicles of Riddick or anything like that. He's not paying. Now he's doing, what's that, Witch Hunter? The Last Witch Hunter or some shit?
Never saw it, yeah.
That, exactly.
Yeah.
The best role he can get now is I Am Groot. That's all he's doing. So Vin Diesel is not carrying these movies anymore. It's The Rock and Jason Statham carrying these movies now that they're doing their own thing. And no, it's not doing the numbers that Universal thought it was going to do. But who's going to see a Fast and Furious movie now that Paul Walker's not going to be in it? The Rock's not going to be in it. Jason Statham's not going to be in it. All you got is Ludacris and Tyrese. That's going to be a tough sell.
That's not selling you?
Believe it or not, it's not. That's going to be a tough sell for movies. So like I said, I love this franchise. I watched all these movies. I love them because they're big, stupid, dumb fun. I watch them on repeat a bunch of times.
Hey, what if Mia Khalifa's in it?
You might sell me on it. They already know she works for cheap, so they don't have to pay her the money that they're paying The Rock.
She'll do it for $12,000.
$12 an hour. There you go. Oh man! So
and a new boob.
And there you go.
Blow up her boob again.
Just in case if what's her name, Michelle Rodriguez, they get in a fight, she punched the titty out. We got insurance on it because she got to fight somebody in every movie anyway.
Yeah, because that's right. We had Gina Carano in one.
In one, and then
Ronda Rousey
in the next one.
Yeah,
I think she fought Gal Gadot in the first one, but I know she's not an MMA fighter. But I mean,
oh, that's right. That's right. She was in those movies.
Yeah,
is she still alive?
Yeah, she was in that movie. Wonder Woman was started in the Fast and Furious movies.
Yeah, but is her character still alive?
Oh no, they killed her off like the 6th one.
Well, they can make her a robot and bring her back.
They kill off everybody. They killed off Michelle Rodriguez. She came back. It was like, fuck it.
Yeah.
So they can bring back anybody they feel like. It don't even really matter. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's all I got. 4.5. Cool movie. Fun. I might go see it again. No, I'm not gonna see it again. I'll wait till it come out on Blu-ray and buy it then. So
yeah, I'm not into those movies, but I still thought it was fun.
Yeah. Oh, and I do want to say the plot was a complete ripoff of Tango and Cash.
Yeah, that's what we were just talking about. It was like Tango and Cash.
It was like a complete ripoff. It was like
The Weapon, 48 Hours. The buddy cop shit.
No, it was directly Tango and Cash.
Yeah.
I mean, like directly that movie. Like they like Tango or Cash had a sister in the movie. They got set up by some evil organization. They tried to turn them. The whole thing.
Wasn't that like a Bad Boys movie? Wasn't one of the Bad Boys movies like that?
Wasn't like that. The Bad Boy movie was.
Wasn't one of them fucking each other? One of the guy's sisters?
No, that was his wife. Oh no! It was his sister. That's right.
Yeah.
So yeah, that wasn't Tango and Cash. So I guess the sister being in the movie is like a buddy cop thing, and then she was like a. Oh yeah, she has a spinoff show on DirecTV, I think. Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah. Okay.
Bad Boys? Talking about Bad Boys?
Bad Boys. Yeah, the sister that was playing Bad Boy. I'm trying to. What was her name? Fuck. I'm gonna get roasted for not knowing this. Fuck. Hey Siri. Oh, I turned it off. I can't talk. What the fuck is that? Gabrielle Union. Oh damn, I was gonna get my ass kicked if I didn't remember that shit. Okay. Gabrielle Union has a spinoff show from that Bad Boys movie with Jessica Alba. They're playing buddy cops in a TV show. I think the name of the show is LA's Finest. And she's playing the same character she was playing in the Bad Boys show or something. In the movie.
I did not know that.
Yeah, somebody else told me about that. I was like, but I can't get it because I don't have DirecTV.
Oh, shit.
I can't order it anywhere. I can't buy it anywhere. I want to watch it. Jessica Alba's in it. I want to watch it.
Yeah, what's she been doing lately?
Jessica Alba's worth like $1 billion.
I haven't seen her in anything lately.
She's worth $1 billion. She didn't have to do anything.
She doesn't do shit, huh?
She has like this company. She guys like sell baby products and makeup and shit. So yeah, her company worth like $1 billion. So she didn't have to act anymore. She only acts when she feels like it.
Yeah, to do these shows that are only on DirecTV.
Right, because she can afford to do it. So it's like whatever. But yeah, 45. That's all I got. Oh, last thing I got to say about that, and I'm done. It was not only rip off Tango and Cash, it was also a complete direct rip off of Mission Impossible 2, because that plot where the secret agent spy,
the virus and shit.
the virus, she puts it on there and takes it up there. But here's the thing, I'm gonna go even deeper. Inception. Mission Impossible 2 is a rip off of an Alfred Hitchcock movie called Notorious. Same exact plot, same dialogue, same frame, and same setup a lot of times in it.
I guess, yeah, I can see that.
Except there's no motorcycles and Cary Grant and killing ninjas in the movie. But other than that, everything
double-fisted 45s with doves flying around in slow motion.
That doesn't happen, you know. But everything else happens, so yeah. So, but my recommendation, go see Alfred Hitchcock Notorious. That's my recommendation. That movie's a 5 out of 5.
It's Alfred Hitchcock.
It's Alfred Hitchcock. What do you expect? So
watch all those movies.
Yeah, we're not comparing Alfred Hitchcock to The Rock. We're not doing that. But yeah, I'm gonna give Sean Hobbs and Shaw, whatever this is, 45. All I got. Okay, cool. I'm gonna let you
go. Scary Stories.
Yeah.
Okay, well, Scary Stories. I was very excited to see this movie because I loved those books as a kid. I repeatedly checked them out from the library all the time. I tried drawing, the pictures, the illustrations were really creepy and shit. I used to try and draw them when I was a kid. So I was like super stoked to see this movie. And it was like a stepping stone into horror, that's, for us 80s babies.
Okay, break this down for me. Does it have anything to do with Alone in the Dark?
No. Okay. See, Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, there were a series of books with just shorts, little horror tales. This is way before Goosebumps was ever a fucking thing. This is like early 80s. I was like 9, 10, third, fourth, fifth grade. I was in grade school when I was reading these things. And they were actually kind of creepy. For kids' stories, they were actually kind of spooky. And what did it was the illustrations, these very sketchy, creepy illustrations. Just the artwork alone, is worth a look. The stories are like, and then some of them were based on urban legends, like The Hook. You know what I'm saying? There was stories about, I don't know, do you ever hear that one about the girl who sticks a knife in the grave, gets dared to stick a knife in the grave? I don't know if you ever heard that. No. Yeah, she sticks the knife. She gets dared to go to a grave at night and sticks a knife in it, and then she can't run away, and she thinks like the zombie's grabbing her, and so she dies of fright. And then the next day they go and find her, and she stuck the knife into her dress.
That's some dark shit, man. This is a kid story.
Yeah. I was reading this shit when I was like 8. So.
Oh, that's right. It's the 80s. We were all fucked
This was the 80s. Yeah, this is the 80s when we were some hard motherfuckers.
RoboCop was a kid's movie.
Yeah. Rambo. They made a Rambo cartoon.
Right.
Rambo action figures. I had them all.
And we all turned out okay.
We're just fine. But yeah, so like I said, I loved these books as a kid. When I found out that Guillermo del Toro was producing and writing this movie, I got even more excited. So yeah, me and my kid watched it the other night. It was okay. It wasn't what I was expected. I was thinking it was going to be more on the line of Creepshow, where it's like an anthology movie. You know what I'm saying? But it's not. It's actually a long form narrative, and they just incorporate the stories. Like they find this book, and it does have a feel like Stranger Things or The Goonies, It, like all those little kids, movies where little kids are running around doing shit, you know what I'm saying? Like The Goonies, and it's like Halloween night. They go to this local haunted house. They sneak in. They find this book, and supposedly the woman who lived there, she was cursed or something. She was a ghost, and she wrote these stories to basically take revenge on the town. So that's like kind of the concept. And these stories are the ones from the old books, So we get to see those elements come to life, and yeah, it was like there was some generally creepy scenes. There was and like the effects, how some of the stories, especially like the Scarecrow and the Jangling Man, and some of these were like straight up like really cool versions, like how they adapted it into the film. They were like very faithful to the sketches and to the art, from the old art. So that was really cool. It did kind of drag a little bit in the middle for me, I thought, but overall I had a good time. It was, there was some generally creepy scenes and stuff that I enjoyed, and yeah, for like a PG-13 horror flick, it pushed it as much as it could, as far as like the scares and the violence and horror. So I give it a 3.5 out of 5. It wasn't exactly what I was expecting, but it wasn't totally disappointing either. So, so there.
I mean, it seems to be doing okay. I mean, it did number 2, so yeah.
Yeah, I mean, the atmosphere, like the look of it, the cinematography and just the creepy atmosphere, that alone. It's Guillermo del Toro. He knows how to, you know what you're getting into when his name is on something. So
Director Blade 2. Okay.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay, so that's all we got in the movie section. Now we can kind of move on to the next part, and I guess we talk about Netflix. I don't think there's any like Marvel or DC news we talk about. Let's jump in Netflix. So you sent me this link today. I watched it. And I was like, interesting. Even though I've been hearing about this for a while. Basically, what it is, Eddie Murphy is back. Eddie Murphy is back, and he's playing Rudy Ray Moore in a Netflix movie.
Yeah.
And he's not just in it. It's a bunch of other people. I don't have the list for them right now. I saw Chris Rock. I saw Wesley Snipes is in it.
Yeah. Craig Robinson.
Mike Epps. Yeah. I saw a bunch of other people in it too. So Netflix seemed to be putting money behind it. It doesn't feel like some stuff they just just dumping out. Matter of fact, Netflix is actually putting out some good movies lately. Mm-hmm. Like that what's that Asian movie? The one with Keanu Reeves in it?
The Asian movie, the one the Man of Tai Chi?
No, not that one. It's a romantic comedy.
Oh, I didn't see. Oh, yeah, you tell me about it.
Always Be My Maybe. It was a pretty good movie. You like, I can see that one being in the theaters and actually making money, but since it's on Netflix, it's pretty good.
Yeah, you know what? I saw a movie with Alfre Woodard. Is that her name?
Yeah.
Black Mariah.
Yeah, that's her.
Where she like takes off and goes like on a sort of a spiritual journey or what have you. Kind of like how Stella got her groove back.
Okay.
She's kind of a MILF or a JILF or whatever. And she goes on like this sabbatical, and she ends up on the res. And she starts banging Adam Beach, Slipknot from
Seriously?
Suicide Squad. Yeah, I can't remember the name of it, but yeah.
Okay.
The Slipknot boning Black Mariah.
Okay.
And it was like, sort of like a house.
And I bet she got paid more than Mia Khalifa to do that shit.
But yeah, it was sort of a funny romantic comedy type of thing. It just like ended up on Netflix, and I'm like, what the fuck is this? And I saw Adam Beach, and I'm like, hey, okay, a native on TV, I'll check it out. And yeah, so
okay.
Yeah.
Weird. So, but like I said, Netflix is throwing money at this behind this. I saw the trailer. Now, here's the thing: like both of us, we're old dogs. We know who Rudy Ray Moore is.
Yeah, we're old.
Yeah. I'm seeing a lot of people. I'm just reading the comments on the Netflix Facebook page and seeing what people are saying. They have no idea who Rudy Ray Moore is. I never heard of Rudy Ray Moore. I'm just glad Eddie Murphy's back.
Well, they better not watch it, or they're gonna end up canceling him.
Right. Oh yeah. This is you can't get away with the shit Rudy Ray Moore did back then. They're gonna clean a lot of shit up. We know they will.
Yeah.
They're gonna. Oh yeah, Rudy Ray Moore was he would not survive the Me Too era.
Oh, hell no.
What I'm talking about. But here's the thing. People have no idea what this is. They don't know it's even an autobiography. They think Eddie Murphy is making a ripoff of Black Dynamite.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because they see the similarities but don't understand where the parallels coming from. Like, no, Eddie Murphy is not ripping off Black Dynamite. Black Dynamite ripped off Dolomite.
Yeah.
Like, it's the opposite of what happened. Because
ripped off a lot of shit.
Yeah. Dolomite ripped off a lot of shit. Pretty much any blaxploitation movie back there, Black Dynamite ripped that shit off.
Yeah.
Dolomite was just one of them. It was in the height of the blaxploitation era. Now, the thing about it now, people want to look at, what I don't want people to do is paint Dolomite like some kind of classic or want to turn a genre on its head, on its ear, like Superfly or Shaft. Dolomite was not like that.
No.
I've seen Dolomite. It's one of the worst movies you've ever seen.
That's what makes it so great.
That's what makes it so great, because it's so bad. That's the thing about it. It's one of those so bad it's good movies. So that's what we need to take away from the Dolomite movie. There's so many quotables in the movie because it's so bad, because you saw watching Rudy Ray Moore doing karate. You can obviously tell he's never taken a karate lesson in his life. Just the way he delivers his lines in there, it's so funny. They have so many like characters popping up, and the characters that are popping in the movie, they can't act either. I'm Joe Blow, the lover man. You should be paying me. It's so many bad scenes in that movie. That's why it's so funny to get made. So I'm interested in seeing what they do with the movie, because, like I said, it's in the height of the blaxploitation era. But I have to say something, Eli. I have to be a Debbie Downer, a negative Nancy, or whatever. It's something about it that I didn't like.
Gotta be woke.
It's not being woke. I'm not being woke. It's something. I'm having my critical eye of the trailer. What I don't like right now. No.
Okay.
What I don't like about this trailer, or what I saw, is Eddie Murphy.
Oh, no shit.
Here's the thing. Now I'm gonna get into it.
Should have been Idris Elba.
Should have been Scarlett Johansson. Because here's the thing. Now, looking at this pic, now you look at the picture how I got on the banner of Eddie Murphy, and you put a picture of Rudy Ray Moore. That's fine. They pass. He looks like Rudy Ray Moore. The problem I have with his impression of Rudy Ray Moore.
Okay, I get it. Yeah.
He's not doing Rudy Ray Moore. He's doing one of his characters from The Nutty Professor.
Yeah. He's doing like the dad.
That's what
it
it seemed like. Right.
That's what it reminded me of. It reminded me of like an SNL, like his SNL sketches or something.
Exactly. That's what it seemed like. Instead of playing Rudy Ray Moore, Rudy Ray Moore's voice was a lot, more had more gravelly pitch to it. A little bit, deeper growl to it. Eddie Murphy's still doing the high Eddie Murphy pitch, and he's doing the Nutty Professor and the Clumps thing. And I'm like, it's taking me out of the trailer. I'm just looking at he's doing Clumps 3, instead of actually doing Dolomite.
Norbert.
Right, Norbert, something like that. Instead of doing the Human Tornado, Petey Wheatstraw, Dolomite, the Signifying Monkey. That's what we're looking for.
Signifying.
We're going deep. We're going all.
Holy shit! I haven't heard of that. Damn,
way down in the
You're
jungle.
taking me
deep.
back, man. Oh damn, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, back to like '80s porn days.
Right. You saw just a flashback. This is. Hell, I can do a better Rudy Ray Moore than Eddie Murphy can. Fuck that. So yeah, but that's my thing, is that Eddie Murphy's playing. He's too comfortable playing the role he's playing right now instead of actually digging to the role. He's not doing like Jamie Foxx did, Ray Charles, anything like that. He's just playing a character he's been playing before, when he can go deeper than that with Rudy Ray Moore.
Yeah.
So,
and for those who don't know who Rudy Ray Moore was, he like influenced a lot of black comedians, rappers.
I was gonna say, he has a lot. His movies had a lot of influence on rappers, but him himself may have honestly been the first rapper. If you really think about it, he was rapping before rap was even a thing.
Yeah, he had all these rhymes. Yeah, the Signifying Monkey.
Yep.
Dolomite's my name, and fucking up motherfuckers is my game. Yeah.
So he is a classic comedian. He influenced Eddie Murphy.
Yeah.
He was Eddie Murphy before Eddie Murphy, because he was one of those raunchy comedians. And it's not just him. I mean, you had Red Fox also out there also, who was doing like People Are Known from Sanford and Son. He was one of the most raunchiest comedians of all time.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, yeah, this was like the days of Richard Pryor.
But the thing is, Rudy Ray Moore didn't have that same level that they had, because they had like a certain polish to them where they could go mainstream. Rudy Ray Moore wasn't that. He didn't have polish to him. He was pretty much, but he had his own fan base.
Yeah.
So that's why he decided to make his own movie, and that's why he made this classic movie he made now. So yeah, that's the.
And I'm a little bit after. I mean, I feel a little better after seeing the trailer, because when I first heard about this, I thought they were just straight up doing Dolomite, like a Dolomite remake starring Eddie Murphy, and I was like, I don't know about that. But when I saw the trailer, like, oh, this is a Rudy Ray Moore biopic,
right?
So I find that more interesting than just a straight up Dolomite reboot.
Yeah, I just hope that Eddie Murphy does the role justice. That's all. And the thing is, it's Eddie Murphy has the ability to do that. He can get outside the comfort zone, not play characters he's been doing before. He can dig down and play Rudy Ray Moore and become Rudy Ray Moore. So I'm interested to see how this turns out.
Yeah,
You know? And it's interesting because all that blaxploitation era, you can make there's some gold in there. You can make movies based on that era.
Yeah, especially now. I think that's why people kind of freaked out about Flash, Shaft.
Right.
You know, with all the injustice going on these days, and they decided they turned Shaft into a comedy. I thought it was funny, but I can see how people thought, you know, because Shaft was one of those revolutionary films, you know, that gave a positive black hero.
Right.
You know,
like they were actually trying to make a real movie with Shaft and Superfly, you know, the Mac, you know, movies like that, you know. But then there was a lot of blaxploitation movies that they were just cranking them shits out and didn't really care. Dolomite was one of them. But it was still a classic because Rudy Ray Moore was just he was him.
Sweet backs, badass something.
Right. That was some people say that was like the first blaxploitation movie. That was Melvin Peoples and Mario Van Peebles.
You can't make that shit down.
You can't. A lot of Foxy Brown. You can't make that movie again.
Oh hell no! Coffee and
Foxy Brown got raped halfway through the movie. Like when they caught her, they raped her.
Yeah.
So you can't make that movie again.
Yeah, fucking Pam Grier back in her heyday.
Ooh man.
Yeah.
Fuck Mia Khalifa. Pam Grier was putting hair on chests back then.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Yeah, I don't know. and her titties didn't get deflated.
Right. Hockey puck ain't deflating that.
Hell no.
What we talking about? Oh yeah.
Pam Grier's titties.
Yeah. Yeah, like I said, Rudy Ray Moore, I hope they do justice to the movie. I didn't check to see when it's coming out, but we'll take a look at it from there. So
soon, yeah, it's gonna be on Netflix, you know. So.
It's gonna be Netflix. We don't have to leave the house.
There you go.
I'm sold. See it. It's gonna be one of those things everybody will talk about, you know.
Yeah.
I actually feel pretty good about it because I'm late to the party on everything. You know.
And you know what I worry about is all the like Dolomite and all them shit, PD Wheatstraw, all that shit showing up on Netflix.
Oh, I would love that shit. I'd watch all that shit.
I would too. But then all the kids these days be like, "What the fuck?
You can't do that." They didn't care back then. That's the thing. There was no, ethics committee telling Rudy Ray Moore what he can and can't do.
Yeah, man.
You cannot slap that hoe.
It's time to cancel Dolomite.
He's been dead for 10 years, but now we're going to cancel him. Okay. Oh, man. Okay. Can we move on to the next part of the podcast?
Yeah, good.
Okay, now. Okay. Reason I talked about all of the fun shit and all the goofy shit, because now we got to talk about serious shit, because now we got to talk about the video game section. And normally the video game section is my release, my cathartic release for the week. But now I can't relax, Eli, because these fuckers are coming for my games.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm hearing all this crazy ass news. Because, like I said, we had the shooting, and it wasn't just one shooting, actually a bunch of shooting, like 3 different shootings happened within a 12-hour period. And now everybody's up in arms. You got these asshole politicians blaming it on video games. Not guns. The people that actually shot people, video games.
Yeah.
So Walmart has decided to go on a nationwide thing where they decided to take down all of the violent video game ads that they've been selling in there. So they decided to take down the ads in there because they're saying video games causing this bullshit. Video games not causing this bullshit. But the funny thing, here's the ironic thing about it. Walmart is taking down the violent video game ads because of gun violence, but they're leaving the guns in Walmart.
Because that makes sense.
That makes sense. You just go in there. It's easier for me to buy a gun than a video game. What? That doesn't make any fucking sense. Yeah. It's like, how deep do you want to go with this, Eli? How deep do you want to go? Because we know.
Not really. I'm exhausted.
Okay. Because I was gonna really, really go there, but I'm not.
No,
really
if hey, I'll go. You get it off your chest, man.
Okay. Because after this, we're done. We're putting this in Will Smith category. Because we know the politicians have the NRA in their back pocket, so they're gonna attack everybody except the real root of the problem. Now I know I said last week they need to do something. Not this. Video games are not the problem. They've done all kind of research on does video game cause, violence or aggression and kids like that. It doesn't. It doesn't at all. If anything, it actually helps people. It's actually like therapeutic. It's actually like calms people down from doing violent shit. Oh, I just killed, I threw a hooker in the trunk of my car in Grand Theft Auto. I'm good. I don't have to do this shit in real life. I know it's kind of fucked up, but still, that's the thing. And most time people playing video games, most of the people aren't even playing violent video games. They're playing Minecraft, The Sims, shit like that. What's the biggest game this year? What's that? Smash Brothers and shit?
Smash Brothers.
Look, I play fighting games. I've been playing fighting games every day for the last 20 years. I can't fight for shit. Anybody can walk up and kick my ass. But I know how to play in a video game because I know that's where it's supposed to be. And if you fight me in real life, I'm going to try to Hadouken you or Shoryuken you. That shit is not going to work. I know that. And you're going to be able to kick my ass. That's how it works because this shit doesn't translate over. So video games actually help people more than anything else. Because let's think about it like this. Before Facebook, before Twitter and Instagram and Snapchat and all this bullshit like that, a lot of guys that when they got out of college, stuff like that, they reconnected through video games. Playing Call of Duty, playing Halo, playing Battlefield, all those violent video games because, they had the wife and kids like that. Hey, I just put my, my daughter to bed. You want to jump on the game? Let's jump on the game. Let's go, play Call of Duty and do this stuff like that. You got some people that made friends through video games like Call of Duty and Battlefield like that. I've even heard a story about a guy that, you got these like Call of Duty clans, they run with each other at night, never met each other before in their life. One of the guys got married. He flew his clan out to go meet him to be in his wedding. They never met before. That was the first time they met. But they knew each other like they were best friends.
Yeah, my kids got friends all over the country from playing Call of Duty, zombies and shit.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's the thing what most people do on Call of Duty, fight zombies.
Yeah.
That's not real shit. So they want to blame people for video game when half the time I'm doing shit like playing Forza and Gran Turismo and shit like that. That doesn't, that's not violent. But here's the thing. Only if there was a way that they could stop kids from buying violent and suggestive video games. What can you do? Oh, no. Maybe slap an M rating on it. Maybe stop them from anybody under 18 to buy the video game. Maybe they could do that. Oh, that's right. They already do that. And so they can stop doing this witch hunt they're doing right now and going after video games and go after a different problem because it's weird because they're just going after video games, not any other violent thing. They're not going after rap music like they used to. They're not going after violent movies like they do, just video games. That's the weirdest shit I ever heard of. And even I know we're in the video game section, but we do have to talk about the other thing because they got that movie, The Hunt.
Yeah.
So we got the movie Hunt. I'm gonna say his name, Trump. Trump actually went on Twitter and TV and specifically went after that movie. So Universal shut that movie down because they said it was gun violence like that. Universal, they shut down The Hunt, but they left Shaw and Hobbs in the movie theater. What all they do is just shoot people all day and kill people.
Yeah.
That's the dumbest shit in the world. And here's how stupid Trump is. He wants to get The Hunt shot down, right? Because he thinking the movie is dividing against liberal and conservatives. Here's the thing. I watched the trailer of that movie. The liberals are the bad guys.
Yeah, that's what I heard.
The conservatives are the good guys. They said the people that are getting hunted are from Mississippi, Oklahoma, Florida, red states. So then they keep saying like they're coming after real people. So he's going after a movie that's actually endorsing them. What? It's the dumbest shit, man. I promise the dumbest shit.
Yeah. And I'll just say this, because this is also sort of hit close to my community. For those who don't know, I play in a death metal band, a grindcore band. And I guess one of these shooters was also in a death metal band. And they dug that out. So now Rolling Stone and Huffington Post and Vice, all of a sudden they give a shit about grindcore. And there's, what is grindcore? What is porno grind? And blah, 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 blah. So now, again, they're blaming the music and all, and they're digging into death metal and how the violence of death metal and the gory album art and all that shit. And it's the same shit. It's like they're trying to blame violence on art.
Right.
And it's just like,
yeah, the shit was around before. Like, video games didn't invent violence. People were killing people and torturing people before video games came around.
Yeah, and we play. My band played a show the other night on Friday, and our vocalist actually just made an announcement. It's like, hey, right now the country's looking for scapegoats to blame on violence, and they've taken a target. They targeted our metal community, and just had to say, we don't condone the violence. This community has been nothing. Is a community of outcasts. This is all about coming together, and having a cathartic release through music. Some of us have anger issues, but we use music and creative, expression to release those aggressions. You know what I'm saying? And that's what this is all about. And yeah, back to video games. We cope with our frustrations through these hobbies.
Yep. And I
So-
want to bring a interesting point to everybody. Like, people saying video games cause violence, but here's the thing: these same video games that are sold here in America are sold all over the world.
Yeah.
Hell, most of them aren't
Japan?
even made here.
Yeah.
They're made at other places. But everybody's playing the same video games, but nobody else has even a fraction of the mass shootings that America has. Not Europe, not Japan.
Or just gun deaths. Yeah.
Right. So something's not right here. So what does that say about America versus, say, Japan?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Or who invent all the video games.
Who invent, and they send the shit to us,
Yeah.
So the shit doesn't make any sense. Grand Theft Auto isn't even made in America. It's made in Europe.
Mm-hmm.
That's where the place is from. But Europe has nowhere near a fraction. So Grand Theft Auto sells more over there than it does over here. Europe doesn't have a fraction of the mass shootings and gun violence that America has. So they can keep blaming video games all they want to, but if you look at the numbers, obviously video games has nothing to do with it. And that's not even part of the cause of it. But they just want to find a scapegoat.
Yeah. And that's the thing. We're not here. This is a light and fluffy podcast. We try to be. We ain't saying we got the answers, but, we're
no
not.
No justice, no peace.
Yeah. When people say gun control or gun reform, it's not eliminating gun violence. It's reducing gun violence. That's what we're after.
Right.
We're trying to reduce the violence, just like seatbelts reduced deaths in car accidents. They made seatbelt laws, and they redid roads, and cars are made differently. They use science and technology to reduce the deaths from car accidents. Right. And that's all we're talking about. Let's reduce the violence. There's always going to be an asshole. We're never going to get rid of all the assholes. There's always going to be some violent asshole out there. That's not what we're after. This ain't Minority Report. Right. We're just trying to reduce the numbers because they're way fucking too high. So
right, because
that's all we're saying.
That's all we're saying. And plus, this other thing about we need the government saying that they need the profile or monitor people's social media behaviors to see if they can find out who's gonna be the next shooter. Don't do that. Don't do that, because if you do that, you're gonna profile
just
the wrong.
Make sure the motherfucker don't got a gun. That's all.
Right, because that's the same plot of Captain America: The Winter Soldier. That's what's Hydra's plot.
Yeah.
Profile people that's gonna give them a problem later on, so they can take them out ahead of time.
Yeah, so maybe they'll grab a knife or an alligator.
Right. Because what's going to happen is
you won't have 9 people dead and 30 people wounded from, a knife attack.
Right. It's harder to kill a crowd of 60 people with a knife or a sword or some nunchucks than it is a fucking 100-round drum attached to an AK-47. That's all we're saying.
Yeah.
Okay. We brought the podcast all the way down, didn't we?
Yeah. I'm bummed.
I had to say it. I've been thinking about it all week. I had to eliminate all the other topics I want to talk about so I can talk about that one. So now let's go back to being light and fluffy again.
Sure.
We'll at least try. Okay. So
House of X.
House of X. Light and fluffy. Woo. Okay, so now we're gonna actually talk about the comic. Whoever's still left listening. Now we're gonna talk about the comic books on the podcast, because we did read a bunch of shit. A bunch of good, really, really good comics came out this week. So,
another expensive week here.
And expensive as fuck. Hey, it's gonna teach us to work harder and work more hours.
Yeah.
Yes. So
keeping the comic industry alive.
Basically, just us two. Because if the government knew that comic books were still out, they'd come after them too.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so what's the first book? Like, I guess we can do House of X #2.
Yeah, let's bump out Marvel. Yeah. Get
Let's
this
knock Marvel
shit
out the way.
Yeah, two big Marvel books.
Yes, we can get to the real comics.
Yeah.
Okay. Ooh, Eli, I think I forgot everything to have in this book. I'll just drew a blank right quick. Okay.
I thought you were gonna have a whole like fucking like presentation on this.
I did. I had notes and everything. Forgot all that shit. I should have wrote it down. But anyway,
PowerPoint presentation.
right. Let's just go into it. So House of X #2. Basically, what the book is now if for
basically.
Yeah.
He said basically.
So Powers of 10, the last book that Hickman wrote, had this pretty girl talking to Professor X, and everybody just assumed there's Moira McTaggart. Just it's got to be her. It's got to be her. But they never actually said Moira McTaggart in that book. I checked it. I read it. It never said her name in there. So is the girl he's talking about Moira McTaggart? Yes and no. And we're going to get into that. So basically what happens is the book starts off with this girl. She's born. Her name is Moira, 13 years old. She gets super sick. All of a sudden she gets better, and she just lives a life. She gets married. She has 3 kids. Her kids have kids. They come see her every year on the holidays. She lives a good life. She lives all the way to 75, dies, and that's the end of it. Or is it? All of a sudden, she wakes up. She's being born again. She's been reincarnated. She's living her life all over again from the point of view she goes. So she's living her life again, and she knows everything that's about to happen. So she's living Groundhog's Day, but not instead of Groundhog's Day, like Groundhog's life.
Yeah.
Just living her life again. But this time she can't get married because she remembers how much of an asshole her husband was in the last life. So it doesn't even work this time. So they never get married. She looks on the news, see Professor X. She like, something's not right with me. Everybody keeps telling me I'm gifted, especially because she knows stuff she's not supposed to know. So, but people thinking that she's like super smart, but not. Something's not right with me. I don't know what I am. She turns on the news, see Professor X. Professor X starts talking about mutants. She's like, oh, I must be a mutant. So she flies to America to go see him, but her plane crashes. She dies. Life #2. So next life, she finally makes it to America to see Professor X. Was about to talk to Professor X, seeing how arrogant he is and how narcissistic he is. She's like, this guy's an asshole. Nah, I tell you what, I'm gonna fix the problem myself. I'm gonna find a cure for mutants. She makes the cure for mutants. She's about to put it on the market, about to sell it herself. But before she can do that, she gets ambushed by Mystique and Destiny. Now, everybody knows who Mystique is. She's a fan favorite, stuff like that. People may not know who Destiny is because she's never been in the movies. I don't even think she was in the old cartoon. Basically, long story short, Destiny is Mystique's girlfriend. All I'm gonna say about that, keep moving from there. Destiny is a mutant that can see the future, but she can't see Moira's future. She doesn't belong here. Who is she? Obviously, she's been reincarnated. She can't. That's why I can't see her future, because her future doesn't exist. But now that I touch her, I know exactly what she is. Moira, you think you're immortal, don't you? You think you can live forever. You can't. You only got about 10 lives in you. 11 at the most if you're lucky. She's like, how do you know this? Because I know. Because I'm Destiny, I see everything. Because what's going to happen, your powers manifest at 13 at puberty. But if you don't hit puberty, you die. That's it. You're done. So that mutant cure that you're trying to make and you're trying to cure us, don't make it in your next life. And Pyro, matter of fact, set her aflame, burn her slowly. That way when she dies, she'll remember how this shit lived in her next life. So they burned her alive, 4th life. 4th life, she actually instead of...
That was pretty gnarly, I must say.
It really was. Burn her slowly. So she remember this.
Yeah.
I'm like, damn, okay.
I want to
so next life,
I don't want her to forget how it feels to die.
right. I'm like, damn, that's really fucked up. And Pyro was just like, yes, mother. So next life, she decides instead of turning down Professor X, she marries Professor X. And then they create the X-Men, blah, 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 go on all these missions, stuff like that, live the life just like a plain Jane X-Men comic you expect. And then they die by Sentinels, because pretty much in every X-Men future, they all get killed by Sentinels. Like, damn. So she's like, okay, that's the wrong way to live the life. Next life, she sees Professor X again, but instead of making the X-Men, they're like, take all the mutants, let's go to another island, just live by herself. They call the island Faraway. And they live themselves, and that's all. They send the Sentinels after them, kill everybody. They still get killed by Sentinels. So Moira attack like, okay, fuck this. Next life, I'm done with these Sentinels. She decides to go all Sarah Connor. I'm gonna take out fucking Bolivar Trask before he can create the Sentinels. Now, for those who don't know who Bolivar Trask is, he made the Sentinels. Peter Dinklage played him in Days of Future Past.
Yeah.
And he was also played by Bill Duke in X-Men: The Last Stand. So
Really?
they're playing the same guy.
Bill Duke.
Bill Duke. Remember
Last Stand? I don't remember Last Stand that much. So
Last Stand, but you know who Bill Duke is.
I do know who Bill Duke is, and I don't remember him from
If
that.
he bleed, he can kill it from Predator. Yeah. So he was in the movie for a high split second. He was playing Bolivar Trask. So they were playing the same character. They don't look anything alike, but they were playing the same character. Anyway, I digress. She decides to assassinate not only Bolivar Trask, she assassinates his whole fucking family, his bloodline, parents, kids, everybody goes. So, because I looked into it, she actually trained in Afghanistan to learn how to be an assassin. That's how she learned how to do all this shit and kill everybody. But guess what? It doesn't matter because it's AI. AI is eventually going. All she did is just slow the process now. The Sentinels are going to be made anyway. They just build themselves and still killed her. So it was important. No, it was pointless anyway to do that. So next, like she's like, okay, fuck this, Professor X. He's useless. I'm gonna go to Magneto. I'm gonna tell Magneto every fucking thing that's going on, what's gonna happen, and you know they just lights a fire into Magneto's ass. He's like, okay, yeah, I'm not gonna let this shit happen. So he decides to overthrow the government, but he gets stopped by the Avengers, the X-Men, the Fantastic Four, Squirrel Girl, whoever the fuck was there. They stop him, you know. So she eventually dies in that life also. Next life, she said, okay, fuck Magneto, he's useless. I'm gonna go to Apocalypse. She goes to Apocalypse, and she becomes one of the 4 horsemen. You know, now Apocalypse, that X-Men Avengers bullshit, no, he kills them. Nimrod from the last book, he kills him. But the thing is, Apocalypse, they get stuck in this like eternal war that never ends. So Apocalypse just fight forever, and eventually she just dies, and that's it. I may be missing a life, but I think what happens is she takes.
It's okay.
It's so many of them, but anyway, she has all that experience of life. She's like, okay, I'm gonna do something different. Instead of following the path what I think we were gonna do, I'm gonna just break all the rules and do something completely different. Because Destiny said I had 10 lives at the most, and it's my 10th life, so I gotta make it count. So when she meets Xavier again, she tells Xavier, what I want you to do, look into my mind, realize all these lives that I lived before, and let's go from there. And that's what it does. Boom. And I think that's basically how we get to the point we are now, where Professor X is, you know, whatever the fuck he is, Krakoa and the Nation Island. Yeah. So they basically learn from all of their mistakes in the past, and they're doing this completely different. So a lot to break down. I'm pretty sure I missed one life, but anyway, Hickman says she had 10 lives. We went to 10 lives like that. He has a breakdown in the back of the book saying all the lives and what she went through. That's to give more details about what she went through.
Yeah.
So here's this is not even a theory. I think this is pretty much common sense to just say this. Hickman has basically wrote a what if story. I mean, at the end of the day, because I'm reading the storyline of what happened in that 10th life. None of that stuff in the 10th life happened. So Hickman is basically, because Moria McTaggart, and yes, it is Moria McTaggart, depending on the life, because she does meet some guy named McTaggart, marry him, gets the last name, but for the most part, we're just going to call her Moria X. Now, this is a complete retcon. Never, ever, ever, ever in any X-Men book has Moria McTaggart ever been even hinted at being a mutant.
That's what I was wondering.
Yeah, it's never even been hinted at. So in this book, they're saying that, yeah, she's been a mutant all along, and one of her mutant powers is to hide herself from other mutants. So they can't tell that she's a mutant. You know, but basically what they're saying is that like all these other X-Men books that we read, if we believe the retcon, she knew everything that was going to happen. Okay. I'm going to go in a little bit deeper because there's this one, like, okay, the best-selling comic book of all time, X-Men #1, 1990, whenever. There's this part in the book where she, okay, there was one time when Magneto was turned into a baby. And they gave the baby to Moria McTaggart, you know, to kind of like turn him back. But when she turned him back to an adult, she reprogrammed him to make him, you know, nicer. So they've been saying, like in the 80s when Magneto was a good guy, that was because of her. She programmed him into a good guy. And he found that shit out, and he was like, fuck, no, I'm going to kill all of you. You know, Moria McTaggart, you fuck with my mind. Why'd you do this shit? And maybe she did that shit to try to change the future because basically she knew the future, but didn't tell them the future. Remember, I said in the last book that something isn't right about this story. She knows the future. She knows something she's not supposed to know, and that's why, because she is always reincarnated. And before, she always pretended like she knows shit, but this time she's gonna tell them everything so they can kind of, change the future however they want to. So yes, Hickman is writing a what if story. He's writing an alternate universe story. This story, I don't feel like is in the 616. Now, I don't know how people are going to feel about that. I know some people are going to get pissed about that, because basically you can almost say if Hickman is going the way it seemed like he's going, nothing in this book he's doing has any impact on the rest of the 616. So you read Avenger book, and I'm going to refer to this. And honestly, how I feel about the Eli, I don't care. I'm not hung up on canon and continuity like every other fanboy is. I know that's like, blasphemous to say that, but I'm not. As long as you give me a good story, I don't care how it fits into the canon. Worrying about canon is what killed comics to begin with.
Yeah, that's how I am. Just give me a good story.
Right.
Entertain me.
Right, because that's the problem. Because they were so busy, like in the 90s, they were so busy about trying to tie everything into canon and continuity. They had all these filler-ass bullshit books that you had to read to find out what happened in the next story, but the books were bullshit.
Yeah.
Like that Clone Saga. That shit went through with Spider-Man. Like that shit, people were just like, I'm done. Because if I got to read this and I got to read that, fuck all of it. I don't want to read any of that shit. And when that happened, the comic industry died. Yeah. So you still, at the end of the day, you have to make a good story. You can't rely on canon and continuity on it. Now, I know for a fact, I haven't looked at the reviews of what any other comic book reviewer is saying, but I can guarantee you some of them are going to trash it because Hickman has basically wrote himself a get out of jail free card. It's a what if story. I can do whatever I want. You can't stop me. I know some people are going to trash for that, but I'm not going to trash for that. I'm going to, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt and see where this
And what's your rating?
Ooh. Okay, here's the thing. Honestly, Eli, I am going to knock it a little bit because it is out of continuity. Because I was going to get to the Book of Fire, but I am. I know I'm being a hypocrite. Fuck it. I don't care. Because I was going to get the Book of Fire. But at the same time, Hickman is writing himself a get out of jail free card because, if she dies and this book fuck up, I can just have her reincarnate and just write some other shit, But
well, it is funny that one of her lives basically was all that X-Men
exactly.
shit.
Her fourth life was the X-Men story. Like, they lived that shit, Yeah. But they said that was the lost years,
Yeah.
And they always say they're going to get killed by
at least he acknowledged it. That's what I said.
Right.
Yeah.
So, but it was still a little bit different because they're saying she didn't meet her husband, so she didn't become Maureen McTaggart. So it's still a little bit different. But whatever. We're not going to harp on that too much. I'm going to give the book a 4.5 out of 5 because the way Hickman wrote this book, honestly, this shit is genius, in my opinion, the way he wrote it. Because he broke down the 10 lives.
Groundhog Day with X-Men.
Yeah, nobody's ever done that before. He had some retcons in there, but
what's that Tom Cruise movie? The Live Die Repeat.
Live Die. Well, depends on what you go by.
Edge of Tomorrow, or whatever.
It's Edge of Tomorrow, but they renamed it to Live Die Repeat. Nobody cared about that name, so they went back to Edge of Tomorrow. Yeah. But it's all based on a manga called Kill I Kill, or All You Need Is Kill, or some shit.
Cool flick. Hey, I liked it. Hey.
Emily Blunt stole that movie.
Yeah, but it was fun. I didn't expect to like it, and I did.
The Full Metal Bitch, or whatever they call her.
Yeah, Full Metal Bitch.
That is a recommendation for us. Go see that Tom Cruise, Emily Blunt movie. We don't know the name of it because it got like 50 million names. Yeah. You'll know when you see it. Yeah. It's Groundhog Day with guns.
Yeah. In the future. And aliens. Yeah, fighting aliens.
Exactly. What else do you need?
Yeah.
So that's all I got. So.
All right. I will do the other big book. Absolute Carnage, number 1. Donny Cates, y'all. Art by Ryan Stegman, J.P. Mayer, and Frank Martin on inks and colors. So, this is a big one. Mm-hmm. This is big. There's like 3 or 4 books in one book.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on in this one.
But hey, it was worth the price. I mean, how much was this? Like $8?
Ooh, yeah, because I got the director's edition.
Yeah, this was like $8, but it was like 3 or 4 comics in one. It's like a little mini graphic. It's like a graphic novel. Mm-hmm. So, So, let's get into this shit. Spinning out of Donny Cates' Venom run, which I highly recommend for those who haven't read it. Is he still writing Venom? Yeah. Yeah.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah. So we have Null, the symbiote god. He created the symbiotes, and they act as a hive mind, and he is their master. At the dawn of time, Null tried to destroy the universe until they all fought back and trapped him on the planet of the symbiotes, which isn't really a planet. It's just basically a billions of symbiotes caging themselves around Null.
And Silver Surfer went there in the last Black Book, which was written by Danny Cates.
Yeah, that's right. There you go. So yeah, so the planet of the symbiotes isn't really a planet. It's just a bunch of symbiotes caging themselves around Null and keeping him at bay since the dawn of time. Well, we fast forward to now, eons later, psycho serial killer Cletus Cassidy, aka Carnage, has been resurrected by this cult who worship Null, and they want to summon him. Now, Carnage is going around searching for everyone who has been infected with the symbiote, because they have a tiny trace of themselves in each of the hosts' DNA, so they can still communicate with the hive. And so Carnage is going around collecting all these traces of the symbiotes. They call them codex, to resurrect Null. So this book starts off with Eddie Brock, and he has a son that he never knew he had, named Dylan. And they are on the run from the law because Cletus killed a bunch of people and pinned it on Eddie. So he's a fugitive now. So right off the bat, the action starts. Carnage ambushes them in the subway and attacks them. They fight on the tracks, and Eddie uses the third rail to electrocute Carnage, because I guess Carnage is immune to fire.
Yeah, they said nothing can kill him. Nothing can stop him except electricity.
Well, I read one of the... I think it was Carnage, the funeral pyre or whatever, and it was revealed fire doesn't do shit to him now, which is usually a symbiote.
Loud sounds don't do anything either.
Yeah, symbiotes. That's usually the symbiote's weakness, is loud noises and fire.
Mm-hmm.
But he electrocutes Carnage. That fucks him up, and they escape. Eddie is injured and he needs to be mended, so they go to a place to lay low. They go find Spider-Man. Mm-hmm. And Eddie tries to convince him to watch Dylan, the kid, so Eddie can go take care of Carnage. Spider-Man is like, where did this kid come from? Eddie explains that Venom has been messing with his memory all these years, and he turns out that he had a son that he never knew he had, but his dad was taking care of him, and his dad told Dylan that Eddie was his little brother, or he was Eddie's little brother and not his son. So, and Eddie has not told Dylan the truth yet. So they don't know. Dylan doesn't know that Eddie's is a dad. So there's that little bit of family drama going on, which actually just makes you care about Eddie even more.
Right.
Yeah. So Eddie tells Spider-Man about Null and Carnage's plan. And so they go to see the Maker, who is so freaking smart that he has already built a machine.
Like a month ago.
Yeah. This machine that will extract the symbiote codex from each host. So now it's a race against time to find the hosts. They decide to go find Norman Osborn, who is in Ravencroft Asylum. Mm-hmm. And while they're there, they meet John Jameson, a.k.a. Man-Wolf, to help them break Norman out. But Man-Wolf is revealed. Now, I read this one. I did read one of the Cult of Carnage's book. Yes, Man-Wolf has been possessed by a symbiote.
I did not know that. That's when he started freaking out, like, has he been possessed? I didn't know.
Yeah, I actually read one of them, one of the books where it was revealed. He is possessed by the symbiotes, and he starts saying God is coming and all that shit. Mm-hmm. And here comes Cletus, infected every prisoner in the asylum with symbiotes, and they all start attacking him. They get inside Norman Osborn's cell, and they're trapped. Spider-Man webs up his hands and starts punching through the concrete to escape, but then Carnage just comes and grabs Norman Osborn, and Spider-Man's like, please don't kill him, and Carnage is just like, I'm not here to kill him, I'm here to make friends, and he infects Norman Osborn. So the last page is just a big splash of Carnage and the whole prison population infected with symbiotes, and Norman Osborn is infected too. So that's where we end on this, and I gotta say, this was fucking dope.
It was. It's one of those comics that come out like it's got people talking.
I read it twice, like back to back. I like, this is awesome. This is dope, like crack dope. You know what I mean? I was like fiending for number 2. Like,
And see, and you've been keeping up with the book. I
yeah,
haven't.
I've been reading Venom, and I read this shit, and I was like, holy shit, this is awesome. This is give me number 2 now. Like I said, this is dope. This is crack. This is I'll suck a dick for number 2, right? That's how good this book is.
I mean, yeah. I mean, this book also, it reminds me of the '90s Spider-Man comics you do, like the really, really good ones.
Yeah.
You know, before it went to shit. It was, and I just remember, like, it almost reminded me why I fell off of Spider-Man. First off, the artist is awesome.
Yes.
That
The
art
art
is great.
amazing.
You know, like, why haven't I heard of this guy?
Yeah.
Has he done shit before?
He's been doing these Venom books, yeah, and then fucking. But
I know hasn't done anything other than Venom, because I mean, like, this guy's like really good.
I don't know. Well, Comic Cast are always talking about him too.
Okay, because
So-
I mean, yeah, because I like a guy that talented. You think you've heard of him before?
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
because he reminded me like the old like McFarlane style, but it's not really McFarlane. He's doing his own style, but it reminded me of like the old McFarlane style.
Mhm.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, and the story is, it's just everything you want in a summer blockbuster.
Right. It's
You
a
know?
horror movie. You know?
Yeah.
Action in it. Honestly, Spider-Man was kind of fucking up the story for me. Because when they went in the asylum and Venom was just like, okay, all gloves are off. I'm about to just kill everybody. No killing. I was like, shut the fuck up, Spider-Man. Let Venom just wild the fuck out of here. Like, these are homicidal maniacs locked in a damn asylum. You can kill these guys.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, they're infected, they're sick, blah 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 blah. But that whole scene, that last scene in the asylum, how it was paced.
Right.
And how it played out. You know, you got the alarm going off. The loud noises are fucking up Eddie and Venom. You know,
but Carnage is just walking through it.
Yeah.
Like nothing.
Yeah,
You know.
Yeah, and he's trying to, Eddie's trying to crawl towards the gun to shoot out the alarm. And then you got Cletus just walking down the cell block.
He like singing
like,
a Spider-Man song, like, I'm coming to kill you. I'm coming to kill you.
Yeah. Yeah. Pulling symbiotes out of his stomach.
Right, throwing them in the cages.
Putting him in each prison cell as he's walking by. It's like some creepy ass shit.
Right.
You know, said all these elements of horror. Like it's like Hellraiser meets The Thing.
Right.
You know, with a touch of zombie tropes, because Carnage is just infecting everyone. You know, and you got the mass grave, that they find. So Carnage.
Oh, we forget. Yeah, the mass grave. And they found Thunderbolt Ross, a body in there.
Yeah, so he's even going after dead people who had symbiotes,
Yeah, and then Eddie thinks that Annie is in there. She Venom. Michelle Williams from the movie, like he thinks she's in there. So really fucked up.
Yeah, I mean, it was like, I mean, I didn't mind a Spider-Man. He brought a little bit of.
He did, but Venom was about to go
comic
nuts
relief.
on these guys, man. I was like, Spider-Man, don't fuck this up, man. Let him go.
Yeah. But like I said, the family moments too, with with Dylan, and then when they meet Norman's grandson, that when they meet and stuff. So there's like a little bit of family drama to keep you interested, to make you give a shit. That's what I like about the Donny Cates Venom run, is because he's bringing depth to Eddie Brock.
It really messed up how Carnage kept calling Venom Daddy. Who's this Daddy?
Yeah.
Why don't you tell me who the boy is, Daddy? I'm like, okay, that's even really creepy.
So yeah, this was dope. 5 out of 5. Yeah, I love this book.
Okay, 5 out of 5. I mean, this was an easy 5 out of 5. Because like I said, this book has people talking. Has people like, did you read Absolute Carnage? Did you read what was going on in there? And I'm like, okay, even if I didn't review this podcast, I would have picked this book up to see what the hell people were talking about. And it reminded me of the old school Spider-Man comics, because I used to like, why is Spider-Man comics, not like they used to be? Like, why was it so awesome back then? And this book reminded me why it was awesome back then, because Spider-Man back then wasn't fighting goofy ass dudes like Vulture and Molten Man and Mysterio. I mean, they're cool in the movies, like, but he wasn't fighting those guys. He was fighting like terrorists, assassins. He was fighting folks like Venom. When Venom showed up, he was like, okay, all these other dudes, he's not fighting these bad guys anymore. He's fighting new bad guys that look like Venom. Venom is cool, and then they're gonna one up themselves to have him fight Carnage, And it was just like this shit that makes you want to keep reading, and it did feel like have like a horror type feel. That most people don't read horror Spider-Man comics because it feel like it doesn't fit the tone. But back then it did, And this, like, they reminded, this is what these Spider-Man comics used to feel like when they used to sell, like sell out of everything. This is the book that everybody had to get. This was that. It felt like a
Yeah.
return to that.
Because I've been like, I mean, I've been reading the Venom book lately, and to tell you the truth, I was thinking about dropping it, especially with all the War of the Realms shit going on. I'm like, I just ain't feeling this anymore.
Right.
But then this drops, and I'm like, holy shit.
It's funny because, like I said, I was late to the party on the Venom book, but I remember you used to review those books every single week, and you was always like 5 out of 5, 6.5 out of 5, 6 out of 5. And I'm thinking like, how the fuck good can a Venom book be? Like, Eli just loves this shit. But then I went back on Marvel Unlimited and read some of this shit, and then I read Silver Surfer Black, and then I'm reading this shit. I'm like, oh, okay, it makes sense now.
And I always thought Cletus Cassidy, I always thought his character was really cheesy.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I just thought he was too just corny.
They were trying to make too much like the Joker. That's why.
Yeah, but in this book, he's fucking ill.
He really is. Just the way he's acting in there, like he's methodical, cerebral with stuff he's doing.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So they made Venom and Carnage cool again.
It really did. And you know what? Honestly, that's why Spider-Man is in this book. Spider-Man is our point of view character.
Mm-hmm.
Because he was doing all this wild shit, Carnage doing all this wild shit. Spider-Man had no idea about any of this shit. Like Venom, last time I saw you was fighting like cyborgs and bank robbers, shit like that. When did you start fighting gods and monsters and shit like that? What the fuck? So Spider-Man just as lost as I am reading this shit. Like when did all this shit happen?
Yeah, but he also serves as like that character of influence because he's like, you got this kid. What the fuck, man? Like, aren't you gonna tell him? Like, what the hell? Like he's that. He's that sort of that conscience that for Eddie,
Mm-hmm.
so I like that,
So Spider-Man did have a purpose, but I'm glad that Spider-Man felt like Venom's sidekick in the story instead of Venom feeling like Spider-Man's sidekick. That's how it always felt in the 90s. Like Venom was the backup character. In this book,
Mm-hmm.
Spider-Man feel like the backup character, and that's how it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Because this is a Venom story. Carnage is Venom's bad guy.
Yeah.
So. Have we sucked Donny Cates' dick long enough?
That scrumptious motherfucker.
Right. Shit. What other book do we have? Oh,
Deceased.
Deceased.
Are we still? Do you got any more Marvel?
I'm done. I'm done with Marvel.
Okay.
Yeah. So let's talk about Deceased. Deceased number 4, right?
Yep.
And you read this one, right?
I did.
Okay. Shit. What the fuck I left off on that? Okay. So the book starts off. Captain Adam is talking to Amanda Waller. They were in a room with Adam. They sent him in the room to investigate some dead body zombie to get some detail about it. Adam never came out. They're like, well, fuck it. We have no contingency plan for these zombies, so Amanda Waller just lets the leash loose on Captain Adam. He's like, there's only way to take these zombies out. You got to kill them. Like, okay. So Adam goes out and just starts just killing zombies left and right, not trying to save them, not trying to do anything, just killing them. But he gets infected. The reason he gets infected because Adam all of a sudden was in him the entire time. And he started just ripping out shit in his heart or his brain or blood vessel or whatever the fuck he was doing. And when he did that, it infected him. So now he's a bad guy. I mean, now he's a zombie.
He stole Ant-Man's idea.
Exactly. What Ant-Man should have been doing. Adam flew in Captain Adam's asshole. That's what he was ripping up. He was ripping up his asshole. So we cut to the Daily Planet, and Superman is back because the last issue, he had to leave his dad behind because his dad had been affected by zombies. He was able to save Martha. They got there. Superman saying, I got to go out and I got to save some more people. Green Arrow puts his hand on Superman's chest like, Superman, you can't go anywhere. And Superman looking at him like, fuck. And Green Arrow, okay, I know I can't actually stop you from going, but just at least listen to me. If they infect you, we're done. Because if they get a Superman zombie, we're done. There's nothing we can do. He like, they won't infect me. I'm like, how do you know? Because I've been using my X-ray vision the entire time since they turned into zombies. So I'm not looking at anything really. Like, oh, okay. Well, you still can't go. Well, yeah, I got to save people. He's like, well, what if we buy you some time? So Lois Lane actually decides they fixed the Daily Planet's radio signal whip like that. And apparently they can still make radio calls, even though they can't talk to anybody visually, but they can still make radio calls. So she makes a radio call, tell all the superheroes that are still alive, come to the Daily Planet. That's the only safe place that you can be here. Villain, hero, whatever you are, come there. Superman and Green Lantern, who is really Black Canary, but whatever, they fly around. Superman uses X-ray vision, sees Wally and Barry brings them up there. And when they get up there, they get another radio signal basically saying, oh, and while they get there, they get attacked by another zombie. They get attacked by a 50-foot zombie of Giganta. I think I'm saying her name right. That was Giganta, old Wonder Woman villain. She starts fucking up shit. While they're fucking up shit, the black Batwing flies in, try to shoot them. Giganta swats the Batwing out of the sky. Superman punches Giganta, knocks her out real quick. Wonder Woman comes out of nowhere, is about to chop Giganta's head off. Like, Clark, move out the way. Kal-El, move out the way. I'm about to get him. Superman catches her in the air like, no, you're not going to kill her. Like, what do you mean? And I kill her? She's a fucking 50-foot zombie. She gets up, she's going to fuck everybody up. While they arguing, they hear this loud boom. They turn around. Cyborg has blew a fucking hole in her head the size of a doorway. They were like, what the fuck, Cyborg? They're like, she's a zombie. She was already dead. What the fuck are you doing? You know. And then they kept arguing like, oh, she's not a zombie. They're not called zombies. They're called the Blight. They're an extension of the anti-life equation. You know, Cyborg's going all ones and zeros on shit like that. And then he gets some kind of call basically saying that Captain Atom is about to go nuclear. They're like, oh, shit. So Superman and Wonder Woman, because they're the fastest and, you know, part of the Trinity, the only Trinity left. Oh, I'm skipping a part. To find out in the Batwing, Damian thinking it's Batman in there. But no, it's Alfred. Because Alfred has already put bullets in both Batman and Nightwing. They're dead. They're done. So they hug. Alfred says he wanted me to give you this. And he wanted him to say he's proud of you and you wear this now. He opens it up. It's the bat costume. So he wants Damian to become the new Batman.
And the internet went wild.
Really?
It did. I heard no about Damian becoming Batman.
Well, honestly, when we get to the end of the story, it might not even matter anyway.
But I think they set it up.
Okay, but let's finish this. Okay, so Damian has accepted the mantle of the Bat. Superman and Wonder Woman fly to Washington because they just find out that Captain Atom is about to go nuclear because you know Atom flew in his asshole and turned into a zombie. So before he can go nuclear, Superman and Wonder Woman grab him and they try to take him into space before he can blow, but it don't even fucking matter because it's the largest explosion the world has ever seen. Washington is gone in less than half a second. Baltimore goes. Everything goes, and even Metropolis goes. Within the story, Metropolis is destroyed. The end. So, I'm glad, Damian, you got to be Batman for 0.5 seconds. Like I said, this is Tom Taylor. Just let Tom Taylor be Tom Taylor, because that's what he does. He wrote Injustice. Everybody died in that book. He wrote that Earth 2, New 52 book. Everybody died in that book. Everybody's dying in this book. Just let Tom Taylor just let him off the leash, let him go, and you get these stories like this. Like I said, I don't care if they're not. This book is not canon. This book is not in continuity. It is a what if Elseworld story. I'm fine with that. Just let it go. Just do what you want to do. This book, I'm gonna give it. Because I'm loving it. I'm loving this story. Even though I know it's some classic zombie shit we're doing, I'm just liking where the story is going right now. I'm gonna give it a 4.5 out of 5. So that's my thing.
Yeah, I thought it was cute. You know, for what it is, it's fun. You know, I mean, I'm a horror guy, so as far as like, you know, I could have used a little bit more blood and brains because I'm a.
I know you were gonna say it, yeah.
You know, I like my Walking Dead and my Dead World and my fucking, you know, Evil Ernie and Lady Death shit. You know, I like my horror a little red, but it was cute. It was fun. It was kind of
calling it DC zombies, but I mean it's still cool.
Yeah, it's fine. I had fun with it. All right. Well, I guess for me, back to Marvel. I'll get through Punisher number 14 just because it was awesome.
Okay.
Baron Zemo and Hydra has tracked the Punisher to New York City to get revenge on him because, well, Frank destroyed the country of Bulgaria or whatever it's called. Zemo created the safe haven for Hydra, and Frank Castle fucked it all up. So they're in New York looking for Frank. And this is just another action-packed story, over-the-top, violent fun. Hydra tanks rolling around the streets of New York. Hydra agents disguised as cops hunting down the Punisher. But, of course, you know, Frank murks them all. You know, then you got Zemo. He asks Wilson Fisk, who's the mayor of New York City now, to help them track down the Punisher. And they actually assemble a team of Thunderbolts to try to eliminate him.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. So we got Frank battling the Thunderbolts, and of course he narrowly escapes, fucking them up. And then Punisher finally teams up with his own superhero squad to help strike back at Zemo. And we got Black Widow, Moon Knight, and Night Thrasher. And at one point, there's a bit of funny dialogue between Moon Knight and Frank. Frank asks Moon Knight, "How's your imaginary god?" And Moon Knight's like, "How's your dead family?"
I think I saw a scan of that one.
Yeah, so the man balls are just swinging loose in this one, But at the end, Frank tracks down Danny Ketch. So,
okay.
Yep.
The good
So
Ghost Rider, the one everybody loves.
Yeah, so Ghost Rider now joins the crew, and a quick scene of Frank and the Ghost Rider taking out some Hydra tanks at the end. So, pretty cool. This book is dope. This new Punisher run is dope. I give it a 4 out of 5. So
Cool. Okay. Guess what, Eli?
What's up?
I got another book.
You do?
I got another book. Yeah, it's shocking. I usually just quit after 3. But we're gonna go 4th round. Okay. So the book and if I read this on Sipping Your Toes, let me know. But the book I read was Batman 76.
I read that too.
Did you? Okay.
I did read it.
Okay. I should let you go, but I'm gonna just go ahead and go anyway.
No, you can go with it.
Okay. So this is Batman City of Bane #2. And basically how the book starts off is that we got Captain Atom again.
Again.
Yeah.
I know.
But this time, Atom doesn't fly in his asshole. Gotham Girl flies in his asshole. Because the book pretty much starts out with her just beating the shit out of him. You know, he's like, "You know who I am?" She's like, "Nope," and just starts beating the shit out of him, just whooping his ass. So while we cut into Gotham Girl kicking the crap out of Captain Atom, we cut to Tweedledum, Tweedledee, Kite Man, Scarecrow, and I may be missing somebody, but those guys, they're on the run. They're running, and who they're running from? Batman, but not the Batman we know. Thomas Wayne, Flashpoint, I kill everybody Batman. So he shoots.
He's got a gun.
He's got a gun, yeah. So he shoots Tweedledum or Tweedledee, can't remember which one he is. Kite Man, like, fuck this. He's gonna kill everybody. He turns on his kite, flies with Scarecrow and Tweedle, one of them. He's like, "Y'all too heavy. You're carrying too much weight." So Scarecrow fear gases Tweedledee or Dumb, whichever one he is. He's like, and then he hits him with the fear heights, falls.
Yeah,
Like, okay.
what a dick. That was quite the dick move, I thought.
It
It actually made me laugh.
But it's Scarecrow. You kind of expect that. Like, they're bad guys. They're going to look after each other.
Oh, shit, I'm going to drop you. But hey, before you get dropped, I'm going to scare the living shit out of you. While you
probably didn't think it was funny at the time. Like, look at this scared bastard.
Yeah, your last dying seconds are going to be terrifying. It's not enough you're falling to your death.
Oh, man. Okay,
Oh, yeah.
so we cut to Catwoman. Catwoman is in Paris. That's where she has our Batman. But he's in a coma, laid up. He didn't say a single word. He's passed out. His throat was slit in the last one, so his throat is bandaged up. Catwoman just stole a painting, and she's basically saying, "Look, if you wake up and you don't say anything, this is my last time stealing a painting, but I had to steal this painting because I got to get money to get you healed back up." You know, she's just talking the whole time. We cut to Captain Atom after he got the shit beat out of him.
He's got a fat lip and shit.
Yeah, the whole side of his head faced up, and he's like, "I'm Captain," and he's talking to not Damien, Tim Drake. He's talking to Tim Drake, Robin, and he's basically talking to him like, "Man, I'm Captain Atom. I run with the Justice League, beat everybody, and this girl beat the shit out of me. Like, that's never happened before like that. So I don't know what the hell she is, but that's not supposed to happen." And Damien's like, Tim Drake's like, "Okay." So we cut to Tim Drake talking to Damien. And the thing is, they're not allowed to go into Gotham City because that's the rule they made. It's like anybody in the Bat family steps inside Gotham City, Alfred dies because Thomas Wayne is holding Alfred hostage. And Damien's like, "Well, okay, that's Alfred's problem. Let's go in and do it anyway." He's like, "You spoiled brat," you know. And he's like, "You coward." You know, they argue back and forth, and then, but then Damien finally admits to him, like, "Look, I don't know what to do. Tim, what the hell do we do? You know, how do we rescue Alfred? How do we get the city back? How do we rescue our father?" You know, so they have this little heart-to-heart moment, you know. What if we leave out? Kite Man is with Scarecrow, and they're like, "Oh, I don't know what the fuck going on. He's gonna find us eventually because I'm Kite Man. I suck at this."
Yeah, I'm the worst villain ever.
Right. So eventually he will find us both. And Scarecrow's like, "Are you scared?" You're like, "Fuck yeah, I'm scared. I'm Kite Man. He's Batman." He's like, "Good." So Kite Man is looking out the window like, "Okay, we got to come up with a plan. First thing we're going to do to, bam, catch a batarang in his face." Thomas Wayne kicks the shit out of him, then turns to Scarecrow, and he just looks at him. Easy way, hard way. Which one do? They're like, "Well, I want to do it the hard way." So cut to it, but you know he got the shit beat out of him too.
Yeah.
Shit. How did the book end? I can't remember how it ended.
Isn't it just I can't. Isn't it just fucking Gotham Girl and
Oh yeah,
Thomas Wayne Man on a, like
yeah, it's just the
we've
weirdest shit.
won, yeah,
We won. That's all they do. They're like, we won, and the book ends.
yeah,
Like, I don't know, Tom King. It's like you don't know how to end a book or something. I don't know.
yeah.
No cliffhanger, no nothing. It was just like, okay, we're done.
I don't know about you, but I found this funny as hell, and I don't know if it was intentionally supposed to be that way.
I think so because just Scarecrow acting like an asshole, Kite Man being Kite Man, you know.
Well,
Captain
just like
Atom.
Gotham Girl beating the shit out of.
Right. Because that's the thing. It's like a running joke to always have Captain Atom be like he think he's the baddest motherfucker on the planet, and he
But
always
him-
get the shit kicked out of him.
But him laying in the bed with his fat lip and shit, I'm like, I just like just laugh like, oh my god, am I supposed to take this seriously, or
Right.
is
And
this like,
Gotham Girl didn't know who he was. She's like, who are you, General Glory? Are you Major Force? Who the fuck are you? That'd
Yeah.
be even worse. You beat the shit out of him.
yeah, I don't know.
And so I like the
Yeah.
book. Finally, it was a fun book. Even though the ending was weird as fuck, I'm still giving it 4.5 out of 5. Just because Tom King, up until that last page, this book was like very entertaining. They got a new artist, even though he's been around forever. But I love his art style, the way he draws all these.
Yeah,
characters.
the art is awesome.
Yeah, and so that's why I'm loving this one too. So yeah, it's just been some awesome books for me. I'm just
Yeah,
enjoying
Tony
them.
S. Daniels again. Yeah, Tony S. Daniels.
Hmm.
He kills it with Batman.
Yeah, so
Yeah, I was just like, I thought it was a 3 out of 5. I mean, it was funny, and I didn't know if I was supposed to be laughing. I just thought it was outrageous. I was like, is this a parody or something? Because if it is, that's genius. But I don't think it is.
right, because it's still kind of confusing. Like, because the city of Bane
Yeah.
never shows up one panel in this book.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Maybe I should just call it City of Thomas Wayne or something. I don't know. But whatever. So
All right, back to Marvel. I have Savage Avengers #4.
Oh shit, that came out.
It did.
Fuck. Okay.
Yeah. So, we have Conan, Punisher, Elektra, Wolverine, Brother Voodoo, and Venom in the Savage Lands fighting ninjas. So this evil wizard is trying to collect the blood of all the most badass warriors to summon the Marrow God. And in this last issue, the wizard completed the ritual and unleashes the beast. So in this one, they teleport to the modern day city where they fight this giant Marrow God monster in the streets. The ending felt a little rushed. The battle was really short, and all they do is just teleport away again. So a little lackluster, but at one point of the book, this is what I want to talk about. I want to talk about this. The wizard showed Frank Castle his family, and they were still alive.
What?
And he's like, yeah. He's like, hey, I brought your family back. If you just, if you serve me or whatever. See, your family's still alive. And it's like messing with Frank's mind, But obviously they're not his real family. So the wizard, he used these skinwalkers to trick him. They were these skinwalkers were disguising themselves as Frank's family.
Oh, damn.
I found that interesting because skinwalkers in Native American lore, when I was in Santa Fe, it's like I guess they were a Navajo story from Navajo legends, and they're kind of like witches or warlock, But here they're kind of like demons that can possess you or something. The Marvel version of these skinwalkers. So I'm not sure what their function is here, other than just the name sounded cool. But after seeing this, Frank's all discombobulated after seeing his family alive again. And the rest of the crew, they're all worried about the Punisher. And they're like, come on, Frank, we got to go kick this wizard's ass. And you're like, snap out of it, man. Snap out of it. Are you good? You good? We got, And this shit made me laugh my ass off. They're like, Elektra's like, Frank, get up. We got to do this. And Frank just gets up, takes Brother Voodoo's sunglasses off, and then puts them on. And it was like the funniest shit ever. I love that moment. But there was something that happened in this book about the Punisher that kind of freaked people out. And I saw a couple articles about this. And it suggests that when he was having the visions of his, when the wizard was fucking with Frank's head, and he was giving them visions of when his family was murdered, it suggests that when his family was shot by the mob at that picnic, that Frank used his wife as a shield.
No.
Yeah, and people thought it changed the Punisher's origin. So that there's a little internet chatter about, kind of freaking out over that. But I just saw it as the Wizard was just fucking with his head.
Right. I mean, because none of the stuff was real anyway.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but people are complaining about it. This is bullshit. That would never happen. The Punisher would never do that. And I'm like, chill the fuck out. This whole story is bullshit. Conan is an Avenger. That alone should tell
right.
you how stupid this story is.
Right. Anything goes. So.
Yeah. But I still liked it because it is just stupid fun. It's just stupid fun. Little rushed and anticlimactic at the end, but just for the sunglasses moment, I'll give it a 3.5 out of 5. So.
Okay. Damn, I didn't know Savage Avenger came out. I wanted to read that too. Well, I read enough damn books anyway, so I went over my threshold.
Yeah.
So that's what I was hoping you read some of that stuff.
Yeah.
Shoot, anything else you got?
I guess I'll go over this. The other big book is this Berserker Unbound.
Okay, cool.
Jeff Lemire and Mike Deodato. The art, of course, it's Deodato, so the art is awesome. So it's basically this Conan warrior-like barbarian wandering this, Hyborian age, fantasy realm, and he goes through this portal and comes out into the modern-day city. That's essentially all that happens. His family was killed by some, marauding army, so we see that. It's very, standard fantasy barbarian tropes. This guy looks just like Conan in Savage Avengers because it's Deodato's drawing that book too. But the writing is kind of subpar. There's not really anything, mind blowing about this. I think Jeff Lemire is just having fun writing this fantasy character, and it's just Deodato's art. It kind of reminds me of that book Birthright. I don't know if you read that. It's similar, like this fantasy realm barbarian characters teleport to modern day Earth. Joshua Williamson. I was reading that for a while. It was really cool, but I haven't read it in about a year, so I kind of fell off it. But that was a really fun book, and this feels similar to that. So I'll give it a 3 out of 5. I know there's a lot of hype behind it because of the names, Jeff Lemire, but it was just okay. I thought the art, it's just cool for the art. Get it for the art. It's Deodato. He's drawing barbarians and swords and shit, and him chopping off heads and all that cool shit.
Right about that.
Yeah. So yeah, there was that. I guess the last book I'll do now. For anybody who doesn't know, I do a podcast called Geek Savs, the Native Nerds podcast, and we try to specialize in Native Americans in media, pop culture, and what have you, and comic books and stuff like that. And last month, I had a guest on my show by the name of Theo So. He's from Las Vegas. He's a Paiute from the Paiute Reservation down there in Las Vegas. And he does a comic called Captain Paiute. And he's this Native American superhero kind of protecting this Southwest reservation. And he's like a water protector, like an elemental. And he has the ability to control and manipulate water, kind of like Sub-Zero, like a waterbender. So this is his second book, Captain Paiute #2. And he sent me over a copy, and I got to check it out. So in this issue, we have this supervillain known as Bad Medicine, and he's going around the reservation kind of spreading negativity, feeding into the frustration and negative emotions of the population, kind of, don't trust the banks, don't trust the casinos, they're ripping you off, tribal councils corrupt, sort of brainwashing all the citizens and into becoming his minions, so he can take over the reservation. And then, well, in true superhero fashion, Captain Paiute saves the day, and there's a series of battles and stuff. So this is just a fun, old-fashioned superhero comic, with a Native American twist, hero versus supervillain. It deals with a lot of traditional Native American culture and language. Native American heroes with the indigenous spin on it. Deals with a lot of issues that Native Americans deal with in Indian country: tribal corruption, the environment, conservation. So and it also draws parallels between the villain and the certain political administration that we have going on right now.
Oh, shit. Okay.
So you can definitely read into that. And it's very lighthearted. You can tell this book is meant for kids. So there's not a lot of violence. There's not a lot of blood. Children is the target audience for this book. So it is light on harsh language and gore. But there's a lot going on in this one issue. It feels dense at times. But other than that, it's still just a fun superhero book, by a Native American artist. Theo So and Robert Smith was the writer, and it's out. It's Warpaint Studios is the company that puts this out. So go check out Captain Paiute. I'll give it a 4 out of 5. Just a fun, refreshing. Me being a Native American, I don't get to see Native superheroes that much, so it's fun to see. One being done by a Native artist. So.
Right. And plus, when you do see that, you have to talk about it also to, get the word out.
Yeah. So it's cool to see Natives doing art and a superhero comic from a Native perspective, So, yeah. So that's about it. I read a bunch of shit, but, Batman, Ninja Turtles, Immortal Hulk were all great, again, but I won't get to those. But, yeah.
Okay, there's just so many other books just came out. It was ridiculous this month.
It was a big week. Yeah, it was
big
a big week
this week. So yeah, definitely if you like listen this long, definitely like, share, subscribe. Definitely check out our sister podcast, Geek Sam. Just listen to Comic Cast. Like I said, they pretty much review the same books we did. Listen to their opinion on what they said about what we did. See how we differ. See what man, blah blah blah. You know that. Also listen to This Geeks and Comics with Gomer and AKA David. Go listen to Hoodoo TV. Talking Balls is right around the corner.
Yeah, we got
preseason season right around the corner.
Yeah.
Preseason, so I gotta pretend like I give a shit again. So we'll see how it goes. And next week we'll have some other shit going on. Maybe we'll actually talk about the kitchen. I don't know. Maybe we'll see how it goes. Until then, this is Leroy.
This is Eli.
We will talk to you guys next week. Same bullet time, same bullet channel.